SunWest in-depth programs are independent programs that are off-site from the high schools. We have 4 in-depth programs across the school division. We have them in Rosetown, in Kindersley, in Biggar, and in Outlook. And the programs are essentially based for students who have a tough time fitting into the regular high school programming. For example, they might need more flexible schedules. We have some students who need to work, and so they work part-time and they attend school part-time. We have some students who learn best if they take a chunk of classes at a time. So for example, they might only be in 2 classes at a time, and they take them all day long instead of taking 7 or 8 classes at a time. It's much more complex, and or less complex, and they find it much more successful. The in-depth programs differ in that they offer much more flexible scheduling. They are off-site from the regular campus. However, the students still can attend classes at campus if they'd like to or need to. They can also attend extracurricular activities at the regular high school campuses. But the main way that it differs is it's very, very flexible. It's a blended, flexible program that really helps to meet the students' needs.
I usually get I usually work on 1 class in the morning, 1 class in the afternoon, and then I usually get that unit done, and if I don't, I'll get it done within usually 2 days. So that's kind of why I came here, because I am originally in grade 11, but I'm graduating early this year, so I can do that because of this. I don't know, over in the other school, I like the distance class because I can work at my own pace, and you couldn't really do that much over there. So I've seen a lot of getting done faster here, which is nice. It's probably the best opportunity I've been given.
In-depth's a rather neat program to be involved with the students that I have, and I came here from Lucky Lake and took this position over, and I have 4 students here currently enrolled, all of whom have unique needs educationally and personally. And the neat thing about this in-depth program here is I'm able to spend more time with each student, focusing on their needs, what they need out of school right now, other than trying to put them through and get them credits.
We're going to be having some days where you're going to have 4 kids doing a lab together. Like we had a pH lab that 3 kids were doing yesterday, and then today I have one where they're doing a health science lab, and they're going to be doing all sorts of anatomy in it. And it's really cool what the kids have the privilege to be able to do. And it is different than a regular school setting, but at the same point it's not, because they still do everything that the students do at the high school too. So it's really good for that.
Well, they take part in any of the distance learning information. So they can do async, they can do sync, they can do print base, and I have a lot of that here. And so I do probably mark quite a bit. So like right now I'm facilitating about 42 core classes that the kids are taking, maybe only 17 courses as such, but I do probably 95% of that marking. The rest is distance learning.
Someone who is going through a really tough time, if they're battling some depression or they're very anxious in a classroom setting, and they might be in grade 9 or whatever it's going to be, and the school might not be working for them at the time, if we can kind of accommodate that, we will. For the most part, you're having 16, 17, 18-year-olds and everything like that, and 9 times out of 10, they can, if they choose to, graduate perfectly on time with the rest of the students at the high school too. Some students might take that extra semester, that extra year, whatever it's going to be, but graduation is an accomplishment, it's not a timeline.
This school or this program is really good for students who have maybe mental health issues. So sometimes they can't get to school, or they have some anxiety issues, or maybe just large group issues that have hindered them in the regular classroom, because maybe if they don't like the large classroom, then they don't go to school, and then when they don't go to school for a few days, now they're behind, and now their stress level, etc., even is higher. And it's just a different comfort level. It's somewhere they feel safe that they can come to, and if they do miss a day, they can still catch up And I have students who will even work all the way through noon hour. They just want to be here and they want to do their work and they feel comfortable and safe. And I think it's very good for that kind of student. It's good for the student who wants to fast track, okay, because they can come here and if they get a course done in a couple, because they can do it async, if they get it done in 2 months, 3 months versus the 5, then they can go on to the next course and they can continue their work. And so that's way it's it's good independently for that kind of a student.
It's benefited me because when I was at the high school, I was like really stressed out in the classrooms and I couldn't focus because of other people talking. And here I can put my headphones on. I have my own little corner, so I can just ignore everyone. I would not actually be here anymore. I would not be at the high school. I would be at a boarding school because we were looking at this or boarding school because the high school was not working out. So, I mean, I wouldn't have the relationship I do with my parents. I wouldn't be able to do my extracurriculars or spend time with like my babysitting kids. This is a really good program. Like, I was weary of it at first because there was the rumors aren't exactly the nicest about it, but it works well and it's awesome. I enjoy it.
Kind of like everybody, I don't know, everybody kind of has a relationship here and is able to talk, and it's kind of a better setting. It's different than sitting in a classroom because if I want to sit here and do 4 assignments that day, I can sit here and do 4 assignments that day. If I would have stayed in the regular classes, I don't think I would have been able to graduate because of personal issues that I had. I knew that I couldn't go to the regular high school, and because it just wasn't working before I was there, and now I'm actually getting schoolwork done and have a place to go that, yeah, I'm getting my high school education done.
If there wasn't in-depth, I don't think I would make it to grade 12, probably. And I don't think I'd be going to school right now. I'd be just getting a GED because I don't feel that I can handle the environment at the high school. And with me having bipolar disorder, big crowds like in the high school are just too much for me to handle. And this program's allowed me to make friends and just be comfortable in my own environment.
The thing I like about this school is that if I can't get something done in math, then I go to another subject, and then I'll go back to that other subject later. I've gotten a lot more done than I would have in OHS because you're free to, it's flexible to you. So that's the thing I enjoy the most, and how I benefit from this is that the school fits to me, and I'm really comfortable around here, and that's what I like.
Quite a few kids have bought into is we're doing novels this year as a special project credit. We're hoping we had the big push in November to get 20,000 words or thereabouts written. And most got pretty well. Some didn't make it, some made it. Now they have kind of till the end of January to finish writing the novel. Then we're going to start looking at publishing and advertising and things like that. Through the NaNoWriMo program, they should be able to get their novels actually published into a small paperback book. So we're going to do that, and then we've talked about having a book launch in the spring for all those who hang in there. If they need a break, they often go and play the guitar. For most of the boys, they're on the guitar, and there's one girl too. The kids do the distance ed through Kiniston. So like I have a kid doing mechanics. He writes his final exam in January. He's done the course. But he will probably go on and do the 2030 level eventually. Another one is just starting the power engineering through there. So they have all those options, and they like them. The boys will do computer science and things like that too.
Well, when I first started here, we didn't have the guitar program here, so it was boring, but yeah, you got used to it, and then the guitar came, and it was a lot better. So I spend most of my time sitting here playing guitar when I'm done my work. learning songs. I'm taking Math Foundations 10, novel writing, and power engineering. If I was in the high school right now, I'd still be in grade 10. I was failing every course in high school, and my mom's like, hey, this is not gonna work, so she shipped me over here. Ever since, I've been doing really good, finishing 6 courses a year. I think one more year and I will be graduated.
Students apply to the local high school and they are accepted once their application has been received, and there is a screening committee that looks at all the applications. I feel INDEP is really important because it allows students who wouldn't otherwise complete their high school, it allows them to graduate. And it allows them to graduate with full high school diplomas if that's what they need. And it allows them to go on and get really good jobs. Or it allows them to go on and be part of a post-secondary program. I think the key to our INDEP programs is the relationship that develops between the teachers and the students. It's a unique and wonderful relationship that makes all the difference for our students and also for our teachers.